Alright guys and girls, welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Alright, check it out. Today is a continuation of the 2007 BMW 328xi. Engine was making noise, and the end result of that last video was that we was going to change the oil and add an oil additive. Now I want you to pay very close attention to this video, because it's not just saying, what the heck, he's changing the oil. Well, I already know how to change the oil. No, this is, you don't know how to change the oil if you don't do it with following the Astral way. Alright, so let's do it the right way. Coming up on Astral Auto Repairs. This channel is a member of the Astral Stars, which means we have a zero-tolerance policy against the harassment of others. Anybody who violates that policy will be banned. For further information, please visit www.theastralstars.com.
Oh, hey guys and girls, I'm Bet from I Seek Out the Truth. Welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repair. Can you dig it?
Alright guys, first things first. Safety is number one. Alright, what you want to do is jack the vehicle up on the right hand side, and you got your hydraulic jack. Now under here, there's going to be some rubber pads. Actually, that feels like plastic. Right there. Make sure your jack is at that point, because anything else you might damage the side of the car. Next thing you want to do, just don't leave it like that. Look up under here. See, I got that jack stand. Now watch the location of this jack stand. You want to find something solid metal. You see I got it right there up against there. And I can lower it down right now, but I can leave it there. We're good. Again, you don't want to put it anywhere on the side of that body. Alright? The next thing you want to do, there's a shield actually missing up under here. I think there should be a shield right here, but it's not. But doesn't matter. What you want to do is go back here to this point, right back here, and you'll see a little wheel right here, a little pin, a little turn wheel. You want to turn that. And you can. It's made that you can put a little screwdriver in it. Let's look at it closer right there. But you can use your hand to twist it clockwise until that flap drops down. And looking up under there, you're going to see a 17mm bolt. That is the bolt that we're going to use to drain the oil. So let's get us a drain pan, a deep 17mm 3/8 drive socket, and a 3/8 drive ratchet. All right, let's get that, and we'll be right back. All right, here we go. Get you a drain pan. And my drain pan, I like to put this little adapter on it, so when I go to drain it, that's all I have to do is twist this. I don't have to untwist nothing and all that. But that's not important right now. Let's slide that pan up under there. Get you a 17mm deep socket, 3/8 drive, with a 3/8 drive ratchet. I'm using a swivel head. You do not have to use a swivel head, but you want to make sure the ratchet has enough extension on it so you can get a nice, good leverage on it. Let's slide that up under there. All right, slide the pan right about there. And let's see if I can get hold of this camera up right here. Put on a socket and all. Now you see, the reason why I got the deep socket is because the deep socket will extend past this shield right here, the splash shield. If you have a shorter one, it might be difficult to get to. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and let's loosen that bolt up. And we'll set the camera down. And we're going to loosen that up. In fact, let's get some. Here we go. Get that right. Alright. Right there, okay. And let's loosen this bolt up. Alright, and once you got it loose, You can see the oil starting to come down. Take the bolt out. There we go. And it actually looks a little clean. But we're going to change it. Alright, we're going to let that drain. And while that's draining, we're going to go up and I'm going to show you how we're going to replace the oil filter. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, before we get to the filter, that oil is kind of clean, which means I'm wondering if somebody changed this to fix that exact problem. We're going to do an oil additive anyway. Before we get to that, we're going to let that drain. Here's our new filter. This part is very important on these cars. You see there's three parts in here. There's an O-ring, a big one, a smaller O-ring, and a washer. And it's actually not a washer, it's a gasket. On the bolt you take out to change the oil, you want to pop that little washer gasket off of there. You definitely got to change that because after a while they do have a tendency to leak. So you want to change that. And that one looks kind of thin. Alright, let's open this up. Let's get this open. And what you want to do here is take your bolt, take the gasket, put it over the bolt, bam, done. Alright, put this to the side with the filter, clean my hands off. Now, we're going to let that drain a little bit more and then we're going to reinstall the bolt. Be right back. Alright guys, let's put this bolt back in here. Now you definitely want to use your hands first because this is an aluminum oil pan and you do not want to cross thread that or you are in some serious, and I mean some serious trouble. Alright, let's get that bolt up there. The bolt is up there. Let's move our pan out the way. And what I'm going to do here is show you the proper way of tightening this. Alright, so let's get our 17 millimeter. And what you want to do, let's try to get this camera set up so y'all can see this. Can't see it, ain't no use in me doing anything. Alright, to tighten this up, what you want to do is just go till it stops, just like that, not a lot of pressure, and then torque it just a little bit more. That's it. Do not over tighten that because you will strip that oil pan out, and believe me, you do not want to do that. Alright, let's close this flap back up. Pull the flap back up. Turn it clockwise. This is the way it should have been. It should have been all the way over like that instead of the other way. So we do it the right way this time. This time turn it clockwise and turn it counterclockwise to take it down. Good. Take our gloves off because our gloves is really filthy. Now let's get our pan from under here, get our jack stand from under here, lower the vehicle down, and move on to the top. We'll be right back. Alright guys, the next thing we're going to do is change the oil filter. Now, there is a special oil filter socket that go up under here. Guys, you don't need to go out there and spend that much money for this, for no oil filter socket. I'm going to show you a nice way of doing this, a clean way of doing this. Because a lot of times, people will take a big pair of vice grips or channel locks and grab it and scar it up, and it looks all nasty. We don't want that to happen. So check it out. What we're going to do is first, grab you a bunch of paper towels or some old rags, and you want to stick it down around the sides because it will leak some oil out of there. So you just want to get it tucked in like that. Then you want to take your nice rag, place the rag over the oil filter cap, and take your standard size oil filter wrench. Now these wrenches come in a set, the big one and a little one. Get the big one. You want to place it down over the cap with the rag, and just like you're doing a regular oil filter, go ahead and ow, that sucked. Ouch, dang it. God. What? All right, so we got that loose now. So now we got it loose without even damaging anything. So we go ahead, continue to unscrew it slowly. Cool, no oil came on it. Turn it over. That was cool. Usually there'd be a lot of oil come out of there, but this one it didn't. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do. What?
That no oil came out.
I don't know, it was drained out. I don't know. It was good. Alright, the next thing we're gonna do is down here. This guys is very, very important. Now check this out. We looked up under there and it looked like somebody had changed the oil to try to fix this issue. But let's see, the filter looks I don't know, it looks like they might have changed it. But let's see if they changed this O-ring. And you gonna say, well, how the heck you gonna know that? The first thing we're gonna do, get a rag right here because it's gonna be kind of messy. Let's take our oil filter, pick it up.
I don't look like that was changed.
Well, it does look a little clean. No?
Yeah.
All right. Take our new oil filter, set it down just like that. It'll snap right into place. You'll feel it snap right into place. Just push it down, snap into place, turn over, it won't come out. The next thing we got two O-rings right here. We got one right there, a little one, and we got a big one. This big one is very important. And the way you can tell if they changed it is you take it off and you see if it's flattened out. If it's flattened out, they didn't even change that, and which could be a good possibility that this was going to leak later on. Now sometimes you can get your finger in there and take that off. If not, you gotta get a little screwdriver or pick and pick it off. Let me go get one and I'll be right back. All right, I got my little handy dandy pick right here. Let's go in here. It don't matter if you damage it or not, you ain't gonna reuse it. Pop that one off, put it down, go here, reach in here, grab this other one, bring it around, and take that off. Now, here's your little case over here, your little package. Make sure you don't get them confused. Don't try to put the big one up here, and don't try to squeeze the little one way down in there. It just ain't gonna work. Now, let's check this out. Let's check this out here. Now it looks like it's got still a little rounded to it, so they probably changed it, which is good. All right, so what we're gonna do is go down and start with the big one. Now, pay attention to this down here because you're gonna see two grooves down here. One, the bottom one, you're gonna see little things sticking up. 1, 2, right there. It does not go on that bottom one. It goes into that thick, empty groove right up on the top. So what we do is work the O-ring around, roll it down till it fit right into place. Just like that, very easy. The next thing you want to do is grab your new one, the little one, put it over to the top, roll that right into place. That is done. Yeah, buddy. All right, let's go up here. Now your hands are gonna have a little oil in it this time. That's just good. This is cool. Take that oil and just wipe it around the O-ring, because what it does, it goes back into here, because you don't want this to pinch and rip and anything, or it's gonna leak. And the little one, if you look further down, it goes into that little port right down there. So put the oil down in there.
Move the paper towel. It's gonna get stuck in there.
Don't tell me what to do. Put it right there. Watch.
It's going to get stuck in there.
Yeah, good. All right here. It's all done now. So we're gonna pull our paper towel out of here. Put the oil filter down. Now you notice how I went backwards, because what you do by going backwards, you set those threads in evenly. Because if you try to go forward, see, I'm kind of like crooked. So what I do is go backwards till you hear it drops. And now you know you got it. Now it's going to get a little tight at this point, and that's because the O-ring is seating down into that cylinder or into that housing. So you just go ahead by hand, and which is good enough.
You don't have to tighten it with the wrench?
Yep, you sure do. What you got to do is wipe it off now.
You said it's good enough.
By hand. Severe.
Specify.
Severe. Alright, now take our rag, put it back over it, and we go ahead and tighten it up. Now tightening this up, what you want to do is go ahead till it stops, and then watch how much it turns. That's it. That's all you need to do. Perfect job. Alright, guys, let's get our oil, and before we put our oil in, I need to go over something very, very that's crucial when doing an oil change on this vehicle. That's going to be a good information for you. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm going to explain something to you very important about oil change. Now, I'm going to go kind of quick, so I need you to keep up. Come on, get up on the horse and giddy up. Keep up with Astro. Now, check it out. When this engine was first made, the dealership required that you use 5W30. Now, as time goes on, cylinders wear out. The clearance between parts gets wider. 530 will no longer work. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. You can't continuously lose it, especially when it has 181,000 miles. So definitely at this point, you want to use 10W30. Now we're going to go with fully synthetic. Now there's another variable that goes into play here. Temperature. If you're doing your oil changes in the summer, the engine gets a lot hotter. So what you're going to need is definitely that thicker oil. In the winter, oil gets very thick. So you're going to, oil gets very thick. So you're going to need a thin oil. So having said that, we're going to move on. 181,000 miles. Summertime, hot, we're going to use 1030 fully synthetic. Now, with a new oil filter, this car takes 7 quarts. But because we're putting an oil additive to this, we're going to add here is the famous Bars Leak engine repair. Yeah, buddy. And this thing is supposed to stop any kind of noises, restores compression and all that. Now, a lot of people will argue out there and they say, well, no, if the car says 5W30, you use it till the day it dies. No, that is not right. This is the reason why they make this stuff, people. Because these manufacturers know that over time, the clearances on rod bearings, main bearings, the piston rings, it widens. Thin oil is just not going to do it anymore. You need something to add to that. Remember the old thing, Slick 50, or you get the Lucas oil stabilizer. It stabilizes that oil to keep it into those cylinders. It adheres itself to the cylinder walls or whatever it is. All right, so enough of said that. So usually it's going to take 6.5 quarts. I got 7. We're not going to use this one because we're going to be adding the Bars Leak as that 6 quart, and then a half of that one. All right, let's put the oil in here. To put the oil in here, you take the cap, twist it, pop it right off. Actually, you didn't have to do it. Pop it right off. Anyway, good. Then we're gonna get us a funnel. Put the funnel in, make sure the funnel is good and stationary, and then we're gonna add our oil. So what we're gonna do first is just to make sure this thing is gonna be down in there. What we're gonna do is add the Bars Leak first. By the way, guys, check this out. Sylvia overdid herself. Sylvia not only brought 1 dog, not 2, but 3 dogs with us today. Check this out. Look at this. We got Sammy, our Akita, Macy, the lab, and Sasha, we call her Meerkat. And Sasha the Meerkat. Let's try to open this. Well, they trying to open this up a little bit here too much. Get your butt back. So there's the mutts right there. All right, look at them paws on this mutt.
He said no, no,
Come here, Sammy.
no,
Come here, get your
no.
paw. Look at the paws on this mutt. He's a stubborn. There you go. You can see the paws compared to Macy's. All right, back it up.
And look at the paws compared to Sandra's paws.
Yeah, look.
Look at that.
All right.
Big paws.
All right. So I'm gonna get this oil. Oh, wait a minute. Where was I? Where's my bars leak? Oh, here it is. That's right. We was getting the bars leak in there. Let's pop this open. Why they got two different sizes? I don't know. I didn't read the bottle. All right, let's pour this in here. Wow, that other one is thick. That's the one that's quieting it down. All right, and then we're gonna add the oil, and we'll be right back. All right, we added the bars leak. We added the 5 quarts, and now we're gonna add a half a quart from this one.
How you know when it's a half a quart?
You look on the side at the clears, so you just go halfway.
Let's see.
Yeah, you like that? All right, a little bit more. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is close it up, start the car up, let it run for about 5 seconds, shut it off, and then we're gonna check the oil. Now, this car's been sitting for overnight for a few days, probably.
But you need the car running to check the oil.
I know. No. Oh, dang, that's right. What the heck was that? What the heck was she doing? All right, let's
Need to get it to normal temperature conditions, and then you can check the oil.
I hate being wrong. This bites.
Cause this does not have a dipstick. You have to check electronically.
I forgot. You right. All right, guys. So what we gotta do is start this car. We're gonna start this car. What this? You know, give me the camera. Let me show you. Let me show them you smiling.
Now, let me show. This is what Timmy does when he's right. He'll be. You know what that means? That means he's number one. So I'm sitting here doing this.
All right, check it out. We're gonna start this car. We're gonna let it run, and then we're gonna check the oil together. All right, so we'll be right back. All right, guys, we got the car running. Time to check the oil. I think this is the only vehicle I've seen that you gotta check the oil with the car running. If there's another one, let me know. All right, the first thing we're gonna do, right? You see the little information center right here. Got the little P in it. That means I'm in park. That don't matter. On this little lever over here, you're gonna see a little switch. You're gonna push that either up or down until you get an oil indicator up there. So I'm gonna go upward. Check control, oil. Once you see that indicator on the end, you got a button. Push the button in, let it go. Bam. The oil is right there in the center. It says okay. It says I can add a little bit more, so what I'm gonna do, just to be sure, I'm gonna add the rest of that quart. So it's gonna be a complete 7 quarts in here. All right, so let's shut this off, and we'll be right back.
All right, so today we had a 2007 BMW 328xi with a 3.0 engine. And what we did was we did an oil change, a proper oil change, because this engine was ticking a little bit. So it did quiet down a little bit, but we informed the customer to drive it around for, was it 10 miles?
Yep.
About 10 miles. Let it sit, let it cool down and sit, and then start it back up again. What is it? Is it filming? What?
No, it is.
Okay, so, and let it cool down, and then start up again and see if they hear the noise. So we did hear it, that it did calm down a little bit. I guess you can. It wasn't as loud as it was before. So, but we'll see what happens. So if you guys have any comments or questions, you can post it below in the comment section, or you can email Timmy at tim@astralautorepairs.com. Hope you paid attention. If not, watch it again. This is Sylvia from Astro Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can. See you next time.